Okay, I'm going to do my best to show you guys this process for removing the top half of the rear main seal here. So what we're going to do is just pick a side, like right here, and we're going to start tapping on this thing and then see if we can pull it out. Just want to make sure you stay away from the crankshaft. And we'll try it from this side, see if I can break it loose. And we're just trying to roll it out. Yeah, it's starting to come apart. Okay, so what I'm going to do is spray some WD-40 up inside these sections to hope that it gets around there. So this thing should just roll out, but it has been in there for quite a long time, obviously. So see if some penetrating fluid will kind of loosen up the bond on the top part of the block. Alright, well I ended up pulling the next main bearing down here to see if maybe that would give me a little bit of relief. I don't know if it did or not, but spraying WD-40 in there and then just kind of tapping in various areas to see if I could loosen things up. Seemed like it actually worked. As you can see, I got a little bit of the seal material poking out here on this side. So I'll give it a few more taps. I had to move the camera because there was WD-40 and all that kind of stuff falling on it. But should be able to grab a hold of that seal here in a second. And then we'll just kind of continue with a rolling motion if possible. This tube here is kind of a pain in the butt. Can't pull straight down, obviously. We have to kind of roll it out. I know it's really hard to see on camera. I'm just kind of pulling it down and around. Oh man, okay, finally. There it is. Really not bad looking, except for the parts that I destroyed, I guess. Alright, so now I need to clean up in there really good. Just do the best that I can to make sure all that crud is out of there. Alright, so I was able to work a rag in here, as you can see. I just wound it up really tight and pushed it in from this larger side. That way I could pull it back to the crank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here with some brake clean and just go back and forth like this, because I can clean the part that I can see, obviously, but just can't get to that top part, and I want to be able to make sure it is as clean as possible. So I'm going to be working on this for a little while. Okay, I've got this as clean as I can get it. So next up we can go ahead and install our seal. And so we're going to put the fatter side towards the transmission with the seal lip pointing the front of the engine. So I'm just going to work this thing in here, roll it in nice and easy. Hopefully. Whew, pretty tough. I'm worried about pushing on it too hard with a tool or something. Maybe the back side of this punch. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Clean off this extra grease here. We'll want this surface here on the block to be nice and dry, because I am going to put a little bit of RTV on it, because that's how it was when I pulled it apart. Make sure these two halves are pretty even. They feel pretty even, just sticking over a tiny bit on either side. Alright, cool. So next up, just going to take this microfiber cloth and clean up the bearing surface really well. Then we can install this bearing half. Try to get all the excess grease and stuff off of there. Okay, so let's take the bearing half to the bench, and I will prep it so you guys can see how I think it should look. Everything that I can tell shows that we do need to use a little bit of sealant on these earpieces. So I think my engine's been apart before, because these little ears were 100% sealant. See this right here? This is just RTV or whatever. So someone has been in here for some reason, whether it was just to do seals, I don't know, but I'm pretty comfortable with the bearing clearances, so who knows. But what I'm going to do is install these little thingies on either side. They go in these channels, and I'm just going to use the very slightest amount of RTV just to just underneath and a tiny bit on top. And I won't put any on the actual engine block. I'll just put it on the rubber surface here, and then this surface underneath here, just ever so lightly. You don't want to put too much, because you don't want it squeezing out into the clamping surface and interfering with your, you know, torque measurement and stuff like that. So we'll stick some black RTV on there and get this thing back together. Torque this cap and the other one that I took off to 85 foot-pounds. Alright, hopefully you can see. I don't know if it comes across in the video, but I've got just the slightest, thinnest amount of black RTV on the top of these end pieces right here, and a little bit underneath as well. So now we can just slide in the bottom half of our rear main seal here, being careful not to get any RTV on the part that touches the crankshaft. And with these little rubber pieces in here, the seal does not stick up more than it should. So I think what I'm going to do is I might put a little bit of RTV there. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad idea. But as far as what I can tell here, let's see. Yep, so we install a little bit of grease on the round sections that touch the crankshaft, which I did, and then apply sealing compound sparingly to the end gaskets. So top and bottom, I guess. And then I kind of want to put a little bit where these touch the rear main seal, maybe just the tiniest bit. Then we can install this thing. Okay, well, I've got assembly lube all over the place, so we're ready to stick this thing back in and get it torqued down. So the book says 80 to 85 foot-pounds on the main cap bolts. All right, let's get these tightened down. Try to do it evenly if I can. Okay. Okay, right around 60. Okay, 70. Let's go to final torque. Okay. All right. I was watching the gauge there. I know you guys can't see it. Just double check. Okay. Okay, well that's going to wrap up replacing the rear main seal on a Flathead Plymouth. I know this wasn't really a like tutorial or anything, just kind of wanted to put it on video because I hadn't seen anybody do it before on YouTube. So in case you're looking for a little more clarification, hopefully this helps you out. And if you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments. All I have to do left is just clean off the bottom of the block here and reinstall the oil pan, which I desludged the other day and sandblasted a little bit, got it cleaned up. So before I fire this engine up, I do need to pull the side covers and clean out inside there because I want to switch to a good modern oil and want to make sure there isn't any more sludge in here. So, yep, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.